Good morning from Kansas Speedway, and welcome here to, in the words of Sean Galligan, the penultimate race of the 2020 of the season 4 NR2003 Red Bull GT Series. As we're nearing the end of 2025, which is crazy to believe, this year's gone by fast. Matthew Hubert, the first car out on the track here at Kansas Speedway, getting ready for this afternoon's penultimate race of the season. This is pole day qualifying and the qualifying for this afternoon's race. As Matthew Hubert is the first driver on the track. This is going to set us up for what will be an interesting championship battle next week at Homestead Miami Speedway to finish up the fourth season of the NR 2003 Red Bull GT Series. 10 minutes on the clock for round one, which is the Gorga home session. Matthew Hubert, a 30.395. Matthew Hubert, 47th in the points table, as he will look to finish what has been a struggling season for him. I'm watching Chopped in the background for anyone asking, as he sets a 30.095. Packets on track. Danny Johnson's yet to come out onto the track. Luna Farmer, Monica Towns, Tico Jumiaka. Farmer will be in this ride for season 5. Davis Santi goes to the top of the timesheet at 30.011. Nathan Orman, fourth quickest. Sam Tenney in his penultimate attempt of this season. Of course, he'll be out of this ride after next week's race at Homestead, as he'll look to finish what has been a disappointing season for him. Ingrid Pollard has her first time on the board. Danny Johnson, Timo Mauser on the track. Danny Johnson will be back in that 77 next year, but we have no clue what Timo Mauser is doing for next season. Should Danny Johnson make this race or next week's race, he's going to be possibly ineligible for the Rookie of the Year honors, but he will be a full-time driver next season, so we'll have to see what happens. This is, by the way, the longest season I've done for the Red Bull GT Series to date, 30 races. We might be at 25 for the Red Bull GT Series next season. As I said, I have not released the schedule, or haven't done the schedule for the Red Bull GT Series for Season 5, but I will eventually. Jordan Hitchcock, who failed to qualify at Atlanta last week. Remember, he has no points coming into this race. Matthew Hubert, sixth quickest right now. Timo Mauser on the bubble. 20 hundredths faster than Burt Packett. Luna Farmer in the 56. Luna Farmer, if she does not make the show this week, she will be eligible for the Rookie of the Year honors next season. She's only made five starts on the year. Monica Towns, if she does return for the Red Bull GT Series, she would be ineligible. Tico Jumiaka would be ineligible for the Rookie of the Year because he's only run more than 7. Burt Packett, the slowest. I mean, if you run 7 starts on the nose, then you would still be eligible for the Rookie of the Year honors. Lizette Armstrong won't be a rookie next season because she's run more than 7. Same with Davis Santi. R.B. Gardner, if he makes the show, it would be his 8th start, so he would be over the. He would not be eligible for the Rookie of the Year honors if he were to sign up for next season. If he does sign up for next season. Danny Johnson in the 77. 6 quickest. He is tied with Sam Tenney, but Sam Tenney has the. Actually, the 77 is higher because you combine the points of Danny Johnson and Jochen Schmidt. The 77 is higher than the 55 because the 55 has been with one driver all season. So if the 77 goes to the bubble, the 77 would be in the show. Then the 55 would go home because of combined owner points. Was that Armstrong in the 2? Of course, she'll be back in this ride next season for the Red Bull GT Series. By the way, the Rookie of the Year battle is now down to 3 drivers. Ironically, it's a DVR deal, so for the 3rd consecutive season, DVR will, no matter what happens today or next week at Homestead, they will lock up the Rookie of the Year honor titles as a team for the 3rd year in a row, which is pretty damn impressive, if you say the least, for that team. And of course, in the NR community, the summer series is no longer coming back full time, other than the Firecracker 400, which we don't know that as of this recording. We also found out that the PSR LA has ceased operations, which I'm not surprised about that, to be quite honest with you. So there could be something in the plans for my channel to possibly have 4 series, maybe 5 series going on. We will have to wait and see. And again, all details will be in the Discord. As Luna Farmer does not improve her time on the bubble is the 55. See about Ingrid Pollard, see if she can improve her lap. She does not. The good thing for these drivers that are in Go qualifying, we're back to just regular qualifying. So we'll be back to just the regular qualifying session that we're used to. That's Nathan Orman, the slowest. He's just trying to find some speed. Down to under a minute to go in the session. Down to under 10 seconds left to go in this qualifying session. Then the bumping will start for these drivers. Looks like Jordan Hitchcock will possibly go 0 for 2 in attempting to make the show. Looks like Luna Farmer's done in qualifying. I don't think Jordan Hitchcock will improve. And he did not. So Jordan Hitchcock, for the second week in a row, ever since replacing Courtney Lynn, he will not make the show this week here at Kansas. Don't know if Ormy's going to get his lap count, and it does not improve. So Ormy, unfortunately, is going to miss the show. It doesn't look like anybody else is going to improve their time. So that means, looks like our times are set for this session. So Luna Farmer, Tico Jumiaka, Monica Towns, RB Gardner, Timo Mauser, Danny Johnson, and Sam Tenley. Despite those two are tied, the 77 was higher in points. Sam Tenley will get the final transfer spot into the race weekend here at Kansas. Unfortunately, the drivers who will not make this week's race at Kansas will be Ingrid Pollard, Jordan Hitchcock. He's got one more chance to make the show. Otherwise, he will be going into next season with Zippo starts, but he would still be eligible for the Rookie of the Year nevertheless. Matthew Huber, David Santi, Brooke Packett, Nathan Lizette Armstrong, and Nathan Orman. Those 7, unfortunately for those drivers, they will be the 7 that will fail to qualify for this weekend's race here at Kansas. Well, let's take a commercial break. On the other side of the break, we'll give you the get ready for pole day qualifying to see who will start on the pole for the penultimate race, as Sean Galligan likes to call it, for the Red Bull GT Series race here in Kansas. Don't go anywhere, folks. And welcome back to Kansas Speedway. Cloud cover has come overhead as we had our pole day our going home qualifying in the sunny conditions. Now clouds have come over the speedway, and we're getting ready for round 2 of qualifying to set our field for this afternoon's race here at the Kansas Speedway. That is Cody Goforth, the first driver out onto the track. Cody Goforth dropped 3 spots down to 6th in the points. Right now, Ponzo Albanese, Shyla Askarov are currently still eligible for the championship for the Red Bull GT Series. Technically, Skylar Taylor could be mathematically eligible, but could be eliminated from championship contention if she does not have a good result and she needs the points leader to have a bad finish. As Cody Goforth will look to get his finish up what has been a good season for him. Of course, we have not heard if he's returning next season. We might see him in the Truck Series, in the Craftsman Truck Series for Season 2. We will just have to wait and see what happens. 29.764 for Cody Goforth. Currently, this setting the benchmark time. Some drivers were getting their first lap times that are like in the 40s, but that's because their pit stall was behind the start-finish line. There's Kyler Anderson. If Kyler does not gain any points on Sarah Redmond, he will be, as we call, the outgoing champion of the series. He is 14th in the points table coming into this race. So that's a 29.253. Tico Jumiaka had a good having a good session here in the early stages. Andrew Williams still not 35th in the standings, as he is now 18 points ahead of 36 in the standings. There's Tico Jumiaka, who's now gone to the top of the timesheets. As Josh Harmon. Oh, Bianchi's blown up. I was wondering why Josh Harmon almost made contact with Monica Towns, as Bianchi has gone up in smoke. Something mechanical is let go on that Dodge Viper. RB Gardner, there's Addison Peterson, Cody Smart, Danny Johnson. If the 77 did not leave the server and all that, they would still have been up there in the championship battle. So Danny Johnson will make sure they get into championship contention next season. Emma Kaiser in the 49. Kaiser comes into this race 16th in the points. Shyla Asgroff currently a long shot of possibly of winning the championship. Is also a long shot possibly for the Rookie of the Year honors. She would need a lot of help as Sarah Redmond is now the fastest lady. 29.031 for our current points leader, who had her points lead shrunk last week at Atlanta. Finished in 35th. Now, here's the dilemma. If Sarah Redmond has more than a 40 something point lead over the Rookie of the Year drivers, she will lock up the Rookie of the Year championship today. Otherwise, it's going to come down to the final race of the season. Remember, the highest rookie in the championship will win the Rookie of the Year honors. Zachary Fitzwater, Kyle Langland, who still has a chance to win the championship, 5th in the points. Let's find last week's winner, Jessie Art. She's 29th. She is 3rd in the standings. The guy that's trying to run down Sarah Redmond, 9th place. That's Ricky Cervantes. Right behind Skylar Taylor in the 5. As I'm recording this, I'm just going to throw a little disclaimer alert. I'm not going to spoil, and I probably already mentioned this on Discord, I'm not spoiling who's won the championship because I already know it. You guys probably don't know who's won it. So I'm not going to spoil anything for y'all. I just want you guys to find that out for yourself. As Sarah Redmond's on pit road, Trinity Lee. Thought there was something wrong with Trinity Lee's car, but guess I was seeing things. There's Senor Sean. Up to 30th in the championship. As apparently my Wi-Fi was being drunk for some reason. I don't know why. Sean Arts can not win the championship, unfortunately. There's Annie Crenshaw. Annie Crenshaw will be sent to the back of the grid, along with Maddie Crenshaw, as both ladies were penalized for an unsportsmanlike conduct behavior. And both of them have been placed on probation for the final 2 races of the season. And if either of them do something dumb in this race or the next race, then the next series that I record, that I haven't recorded, they'll be sent. They will be suspended or given a time penalty. So those two ladies will need to be on their best behavior this weekend. So both of them will be sent to the back of the grid with the penalty. And I will make sure Ethan Orman will put a note that the 75 and the 36 will be sent to the back of the grid for their punishment. Right now, the 75 would have qualified 23rd, and Maddie would have qualified 40th. So Maddie wouldn't affect her. It will affect the 75 as far as that is concerned. So, yeah, bet you that wasn't a pleasant way to end off their race weekend at Atlanta. Down to 5 minutes left to go in the session. If Andy Crenshaw or Matty Crenshaw do something stupid in in this race, then we will have a replacement driver, and their season will end just like that. As Sarah Redmond is coming to pit road, Lichi Bianchi got whatever the issue was fixed. He hasn't improved his time, however. Can't believe we're already on the penultimate race of the season. It seems like yesterday we just started the fourth season of the Red Bull GT Series. I'm going to go ahead and save the thank yous and all that when we get to Homestead next week for our season finale. I just thought I heard a noise for a second, but I'm just hearing things. I think it's my fan over that made that clicking noise. I heard it again. I'm hearing outside my room. I'm not hearing it on my laptop, just FYI. There's Alexander Underwood, Shyla Ascroft going to be starting 18th right now. And like I said, the only two drivers who will have to go, well, technically the only driver who would have to go to the rear of the field would be Annie Crenshaw because Matty Crenshaw is already at the rear of the field anyway. Annie Crenshaw will start more than likely last. Maddie will start 41st. But as I said, they are on probation for what happened at Atlanta, and that was after the Atlanta race, by the way. As we're looking at Ricky Cervantes. So, so basically, the scenario is that if, as I look at the points here, if Shyla Askarov Ponzo Albanese have troubles here today at Kansas, and they get involved in a wreck and the 86 does not, I believe the Rookie of the Year title will be wrapped up. But if Sarah Redmond has problems like she did last week at Atlanta, then the Rookie of the Year title will go down the final race of the year. No matter what, DVR is going to go 3 in a row. Senor Sean looks like he's going to be starting second for this afternoon's penultimate race, as Sean Galligan likes to call it, in the championship, round 29 of 30 in the Drivers' Championship for the Red Bull GT Series. Sam Tenney needs to finish 18. He needs to finish 19 spots ahead of Andrew Williams to knock him down out of the top 35 to be locked into next week's finale. And it looks like it's going to be pole position for Sarah Redmond. As it looks like she will be on the pole. It will be her second pole of the season. And she will lead us to green at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon with the penultimate race of the Red Bull GT Series. Sean Art will be alongside of her. Kyle Langland, Ponzo Albanese Road 2. So we got a couple of our Rookie of the Year people up there in the conversation. Cody Smart, Chaz Farmer, row 3. Dana Monroe, Danny Johnson, row 4. One of Danny Johnson's better qualifyings of the year. Ricky Cervantes and Logan Williams will complete your top 10. You look through the rest of the qualifying results. Just a reminder, Annie Crenshaw originally qualified 23rd. She is going to be dropping to the rear of the field. So everybody behind Annie Crenshaw is going to move up a spot. That's good news for drivers like Jesse Art, Skylar Taylor, who are going to be on the outside. Now they're going to be on the inside. And drivers that were on the inside, they're going to be on the outside. So, and of course, Maddie Crenshaw, well, really doesn't matter where she was going to qualify because she was going to start at the back anyway. And of course, 42nd place, well, doesn't really matter because she was going to start last anyway. So like I said, from Takashi down to Palmer, they will all move up a spot. And I will make sure Nathan Orman will put a note in the description. But this is what the grid would have looked like without the penalties as far as this race is concerned. But I hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We have shown you your starting lineup for this afternoon's race, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on back as we get ready to see what happens in the penultimate race of the season. We're also going to have pit strategy at Kansas. So, final 2 races, pit strategy going to be key in the penultimate race of the year. Can Sarah Redmond lock up the Rookie of the Year title and get another win? You have to tune in to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to find that answer out. So until then, bye-bye!